This video is going to cover the swipe view. Again, I'm going to do this in real time with 0 edits, so you'll see every mistake, but I'm also going to show just how easy it is to work with this thing. So first off, swipe view. It enables the user to navigate pages by swiping sideways, hence swipe view. Documentation's a bit sparse, but they have some pretty interesting little animations that show you exactly how that works. Let's go ahead and take a look. First thing I want to do is pop open a real example. This is what we're going to end up doing. Notice these little tabs across the top. I'm wondering why they didn't call this tab view, because you can also click on the tabs. But the swipe view itself, you can actually click and drag, and I'm just clicking down here just to show you that it'll move between and synchronize. That is actually pretty cool. Let's take a look and see what it takes to build this thing. So we're going to go new. We're going to go down to the very bottom, and it's got the little arrows showing you that it's a swipe. And this is 9-3. Next, 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 just going to default on everything. And again, it looks pretty simplistic. We have an app window with a swipe view, and now notice the footer is a tab bar. So what we're really doing here is we're aligning the current index using a property binding with the swipe view current index. That's how we get that synchronization between the two. Save and run. Let's move that up so you can see it. So the tabs are on the bottom. I want to move them to the top. Instead of doing anything fancy, we can just simply say header. That is the actual part of the application window, not the swipe view. So we can say we want it in the header or down at the bottom in the footer. Has the same functionality either way because of that property binding. Let's go ahead and add a page, see how super simple this is. I'm going to go in here and let's modify these. I love playing around with the colors. This is so fun to do. So let's make this like a deep blue. And then let's call this bold 15. You're on page 1. Right off the bat, you notice what's missing is that home page. So by default, if we jump in here, it's just going to display the current index, which is, well, right here. So current index is also the tab bar current index. So you have what's called a cross property binding. So the tab bar is going to be the swipe views index. The swipe views index is going to be the tab bars index. So by default, the first one is 0, which is this guy. It's in the order that they were added. So if you wanted to flip them around, you just move this one to the top. Demonstrate that here in a second. Page 2, I'm going to say, I need a good, I don't even know what color that is. Crazy. Let's call that crazy pink. Put that as 15. Save and run. Now we've got our colors because everything should be colorful. Let's flip these around. Notice how we have goofed up our interface. So really it's not a big deal. It's just we have tab buttons and we just have to rearrange those. This is one of the real fallbacks here, is that if you move these around in the swipe view, you also have to move them around in the tab bar. There is a more advanced way of doing it that I'm going to cover in the intermediate stuff. Just know that if you start playing around with the order, well, you're going to have a bad time and you'll have to do it down here as well. Super simple to fix that. You would just change the ordering and then life goes on. Going to put all that back the way it was. And we're going to add our own page. So I'm going to go right click here, add new. And we want a cute quick UI file. Let's call this page 3. And I can go in here and let's just copy. Let's go into our UI file here. Notice how it keeps trying to push us into the designer. Nothing wrong with that. I just want to paste that in there. And I'm going to click this button to switch to design view. We are on page 3. Now I want to change this color, so let's make a really, I need a good color, maybe a green. There we go. And of course, like with anything else, we can just drag and drop controls, images, whatever we want to do on here, as long as we have the proper imports in place. And I'm going to show you very quickly, very easily, how we can do this. So I'm going to just copy this. And we're going to say page 3. Now, if you're wondering why these are blank brackets, it's just simply how you add a component in. A lot of times you'll see it looking like that. I'm going to add the page in, but I'm not going to add the tab in. Let's see what that does. So we've got page 1, page 2, and well, we can go to page 3, but there's no tab. I just wanted to show that you can make it independent. So let's add a tab in there. Very simple. Copy, paste. And as long as your tabs align with the same order as your pages, you're good to go. Now we have our 3. And it doesn't matter if we swipe or if we actually use the tabs.